What's up guys, Tim Queenie, and today we're going to answer your LinkedIn questions. So the first question comes from Natalie. And Natalie says, "Hi Tim, I recently quit my 6-figure job at one of the big 4 accounting firms and I'm now starting my own HR services business. Your YouTube videos have been real eye-openers for me, especially for optimizing my LinkedIn profile. I wanted to ask if you have any YouTube videos with specific tips for using LinkedIn to get customers for an HR services business. Thanks, Natalie." Well, Natalie, I don't have one. That is until now, because we are making it. The first tip that I'm going to give you today is you have to optimize your profile. And I'm just going to give you 2 tips that you can implement today. The first one is you have to get a professional headshot picture. Don't do it yourself. Don't take a selfie. It will just distort your face. Don't ask a friend unless the friend is a photographer. The important question that you should be thinking about is what you want to wear and how do you want to present yourself. Now, a lot of times you will hear advice like LinkedIn is a serious business platform, so better wear the suit and tie or anything that looks kind of like office wear and be really serious, don't smile. But I want to give you some options here that you can consider if you like. The first thing is you can of course wear office wear a suit, wear a dress, whatever would be suitable for your profession. But you can also think about what kind of audience will the clothing that you wear attract. Because when you wear a business dress, it creates a first impression of you. So that can be good because might raise your authority, people take you more seriously and are more willing to pay more money for you. But it could also attract people who are very serious about their business, so it might also be more difficult to work with those people. So what you want to think about is it might be an experiment. You might want to do that a couple of times, every couple of months. You can think about if you're adding a little bit more fun to your clothing, then you might attract a different audience. You could wear your hair all tied down and look super serious, no smile, or you can keep it open and you can smile and be more expressive, and this will attract a different audience. So it's kind of what kind of customers you want to work with, who do you want to click with? Because you have some choice about this based on your appearances, what people will be more attracted to you and which people will feel less connected to you. So by choosing the right outfit, the right accessories, the right facial expression and emotionality, you can actually kind of direct people. It's not perfect, will not work. You will get idiots either way that reach out to you, but you can make your life a little bit more easier or fun, whatever you are desiring. So that's tip 1 for the photos. Tip 2 for photos is you can use a service like photofila.com and you can upload a couple of different profile pictures and then you can tell this website your goal. And for example, you want people to rate your picture who have never seen you before. They could rate you how confident do you look, how friendly do you look, how competent do you look. And this can give you a third perspective feedback for people who don't know you yet. So you can then get a professional headshot photographer, get a couple of pictures and then upload them on the platform like Photofila, get people to rate it and then use those data points to get a better idea how people who don't know you would perceive you. And that's really powerful and can really boost the effectiveness of your LinkedIn profile. The second tip for your profile I would give you is really focus on writing a creative LinkedIn headline. You can check out this article up here where I have compiled over 50 different headline formulas with hundreds of real-world examples, how this would look in practice for different categories of starting from students, job seekers, professionals, self-employed people, business owners, you name it. They're all very carefully curated and sorted into categories. You will definitely find a category for LinkedIn headlines that will work for you. My second tip for you, now that we have taken care of your LinkedIn profile, is you want to think about LinkedIn as a platform for building relationship first before thinking about selling. And I know there's a lot of people think about it differently. They might send out cold emails and just be pushy and salesy, but I found this is very ineffective. You will almost never get the results that you're looking for with a cold outreach approach. So what I'm going to recommend to you is a warm outreach approach. And the best strategy to do that is actually implementing a commenting strategy. You can also check out these resources over here. There's a video and an article I wrote about a commenting strategy. But the core idea is this. You find people who would be perfect customers, at least from the list of checkpoints that you have defined. And then you're setting yourself alerts. And whenever someone is posting a post, you check it out. If it's relevant and you can comment on this, you leave a meaningful comment under them. Or if they write a comment on someone else's post that could be related to something that you do, then you can reply to their comment. And the idea is you're waiting for them to express themselves on the platform. And then when they do, you're starting a one-to-one conversation in the comments. And if you add a little bit of passion and like share value in your comment, it's actually fairly easy to transition from having a conversation in the comments to suddenly having a connection request and having a private message. And then it's very natural for you to transition that from a one-to-one conversation to talking about like maybe how you can help them. For this to work, you definitely need to know your audience. So let's assume you're making like a simplified assumption here. You are an HR services business and you're targeting most likely small business owners, let's say in the range of 1 to 10 employees, and then who are based in your location. You might even like want to work with people in a certain industry. And then once you have this, I would actually recommend to sign up for LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Then you can actually save those leads into different lead lists and set up alerts more easily. But you can also do it like on the free version of LinkedIn and set yourself alert whenever they comment or create a post. I would also recommend that you follow specific hashtags related to your industry. So you can discover new people who might have interesting questions related to HR or human resources. So probably two of the main hashtags that you should definitely follow to find posts, to comment on, and to add more people to your lead list. This leads us to tip number 3. Now that you had a couple of conversations in the comments or under one of their posts, it's time for you to escalate and to take things to the next level. You want to connect with them so you can have one-to-one conversations and don't have to stay in the comment section the entire day. Now what you want to do is you want to send a personalized connection request. This is really, really important. And you want to be smart about your personalization, not just any personalization, because here's what's happening. There is a lot of people who try to take shortcuts in life and they install like a software on a computer, and the software will just download all the different search results from LinkedIn, and then it will automatically send people messages. And the way the app is doing that, they identify what is the first name of the person, and then they're using placeholder like hi first name, and then they're just sending their sales pitch. Now, because of that, a lot of people are quite desensitized to receiving connection requests that only personalize their first name. So they're always assuming it's like automated spam traffic. So you can actually stand out if you add a little bit more extra personalization. I would recommend to add 2 details to your invitation message. The first detail is something that you found on their profile or on their website, something that nobody could scrape off their profile easily. And the second thing is what you want to mention is like a detail from your recent conversation that both of you had in the comment section. It's a really powerful tool to remind them who are you, like why are you reaching out to them. Of course, if you do it like in a timely manner between the comment and like sending the connection request, it's more easy, but it's always a good idea to mention at least 2 details, something new that you discovered on their profile that you found interesting and wanted them to ask them a question about, and also maybe have a follow-up message regarding or a closing statement regarding your recent conversation in the comment section. Using this approach of at least using 2 details of personalization has a very high success rate. I would say almost 99 to 100% acceptance rate when it comes to messages. It's way, way, way more than what you would see in cold outreach, which sometimes is less than 5 to 10%. Now, using commenting strategy and warm outreach will get you incredible results, but you can take things even one step further by implementing another strategy. Strategy number 4 is implementing content to attract warm inbound leads. Now, what you want to avoid at all costs is looking for the wrong role models. That's oftentimes the viral content creators who are using engagement baiting tactics and heartbreaking stories to go viral. Those posts will only get you views, but they will not get you business. What you want to do instead, you want to create thought leadership content. This is content that is designed for a specific audience, namely your ideal audience. So let's go back what we said earlier. We said you're having an HR services business. You're targeting most likely small business owners. The role titles are probably something like director level, CEO, company owner, the general manager of the company. And you might be in a specific industry. You might have a specific number of employees in your company. And you might have a specific region and industry you're targeting. How can you create content that will attract more of those people? Simple, you have to talk about topics that are relevant for them. And if you can actually find topics that are relevant for them, that are also aligning with something that you have to offer, you have a winning formula. So let me give you an example for your HR services business. Just put yourself into the mind of the company director. They have a business. It's working well. It's a one-person team. And now they're thinking about hiring their first employee. But they have never done that before. So and they also don't have the budget to hire like an HR person who can do the job for them. So they need something more important. Maybe someone who can do exactly what they're doing so they can focus more on like growing the business and someone else executing it. So in that case, an HR services business is obviously perfect because they can book you on a retainer basis, or on a monthly retainer, or like on an hourly basis to help you hire your first employee. It could be anything from setting up the contract, or writing like the job description and the job requirements, setting everything up that is legally required, insurance, and so on. If you talk about this, how to hire your first employee, that would be a post that would be perfectly relevant to a company director who has never hired any employee before. So you can share some of the basic tips. So you can give them like a blueprint, an outline. Here's like a checklist of all the things you have to do. That serves two purposes. One, it gives them information so they know what will be required, so they know what they have to do, but it could also help them understand how complex the topic actually is. So then they would feel more open to the idea of hiring an HR services business because they realize, hey, there is a lot of things that could go wrong, a lot of mistakes I could make. I better play it safe and let a professional help me with that. And who better to help them with than the person who created a post and gave them all of this information. Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to randomly create topics. You want to develop a content strategy. And the way you want to think about this, you want to create content buckets. Think of this as a mason jar, and you're putting similar ideas into the same jar. And what you want to have a collection of 5 to 10 mason jars with content ideas that covering like a broad spectrum of recurring questions that small business owners on the director or general manager level have on an ongoing basis. One could be about hiring. Another one could be, what if they have to let go someone? What if there is conflict in the company? What are some like legal or regulatory requirements when it comes to hiring? What are some aspects of like the financial sides? How could you maybe save some money by taking advantage of some tax incentives by investing in your employees' pension pot? So I would really recommend to sit down and really plan out the different content clusters. So you have like the mason jars in place and then add at least like 5 to 10 ideas into every single one. And then the overall strategy of creating content would be to rotate around. You don't want to talk about the same topic over and over again and you bore your audience and then you're losing them. They might unfollow you. What you want to do is you go mason jar 1, today, mason jar 2 tomorrow, mason jar 3 in 2 days and so on. And then you're starting all over again once you're at the end of this. You can, of course, also create jars on different levels. You might have 3 shelves. The bottom one is for beginners, then in the middle shelf is for intermediate, and the top shelf is for advanced users. Then you have like 3 times 10 jars where you can group them by difficulty level or complexity, so you can also attract different people at different stages of their buyer's journey. You can check out my LinkedIn Leads Bootcamp, which teaches you exactly how to develop those content clusters from scratch. And then all you need to do is you have to create content consistently, publish it on a daily basis, And then you will see if you're really creating valuable content without being in any form salesy, you will get customer inquiries, especially if you're telling them at the bottom of the post if they need a little bit of help hiring their first employee, reach out via this email address or call me on this number, or here's the website contact form, or send me a connection request. You will see that you get a lot of inbound leads from really highly qualified people. And usually when you're creating valuable content, other people will go around, share it in direct messages, forward people the link, tag people in the comments. And then you will quickly see that you grow an audience really, really fast. And over a couple of weeks or months, you will see that this is actually accelerating like dramatically, and your audience will become more and more. It's like you can almost like skip the outreach part by that time and only focus on inbound leads. Now that's content. Do you want to take content to 11 and really break the LinkedIn algorithm? Then you have an incredible opportunity with a new LinkedIn ads type. It's called LinkedIn Thought Leadership Ads. And the way this works is you have to set up your own company page and put this as your current position. And then in your LinkedIn ads account, you can go through your list of content that you have already published on your personal profile, and you can select a post and you can boost that via your ad account. So then you have all the targeting options available that you have via LinkedIn ads, and you can boost this and show this to even more people. And the way I would do that, create content organically, see which content works really well, where do you get like really good questions in the comments, where do you get good comment, where do you get good connection requests and follow up business. And then once you found like a post that works really well organically, then take this into your LinkedIn ads account and boost it and show it to more and more people. Normally you have like a certain window where your post will be shown, and afterwards it will slowly degrade. But once you have gone past that window, the post is still good, then you can really boost it and amplify it with LinkedIn ads and show it to thousands and 10,000s of people. And that will be like a surefire way how you can generate guaranteed leads. As long as you have the budget, and the budget will turn over clients, you can run this like indefinitely and have like never to worry about getting leads in your business ever again. Now, if you want to learn how to implement this entire system with like way more detail, with blueprints and templates, messaging templates, how to send connection requests, post templates, then you should definitely sign up for my LinkedIn Thought Leadership Masterclass. I'm going to put all the details down below. It's going to be a live event, and later it's going to be available as a recording. So depending on when you're watching this, definitely check out the link and see if you can attend live. Everyone who can't attend live will be able to get access to the recording. So you don't have to worry about it. Even if you can't make it live, you will definitely be able to access all the resources. I'm also going to upload the slides, and there will be a transcript of everything so you can follow along and work this out at home. And of course, if you want to get more videos like this in your newsfeed, then definitely make sure that you subscribe, hit the notification bell, smash the like, and let me know your LinkedIn questions in the comments below, or send me a letter just like Natalie so I can answer this in one of my future videos. And I'll see you soon. Bye.